Hey guys, I wanted to put a message out this evening on the back of Boris's announcement of another lockdown. I wanted to hopefully speak some words of hope, positivity, and to get you smiling about the time and period that we're in, because it's so easy for us to become despondent, to become negative, and start to get some pretty destructive kind of thoughts in our minds when we come into a period like this. We feel like the walls are closing in, and we just feel so limited and restricted. But I really believe that this is a period for us to embrace what I would call expansive limits. That actually the limits of circumstance can actually play a creative role in designing a better future, to constructing a future for you, your family, your community, our society, the world, that actually when we look back on this time in years to come, we'll be so grateful for this period of limitation, because it unlocked high levels of creativity. And so I want to remind you of some words that I kind of put out on social media a month or so ago, and it was relating to an overwhelming feeling that I had on October the 4th. And for me, I'm a Christian, so I spend time in prayer and kind of listening and speaking with God and reading the Bible. And I felt it was an overwhelming sense of God speaking to me. Now, regardless of what your faith persuasion is, faith, no faith, whatever, I think, there's something of what I'm about to share that can help us all. And I really felt a strong sense that the next 7 months would shape the next 7 years. In other words, the choices and decisions that you and I make in this period, that we have a window of opportunity that won't remain open forever. And whilst it looks like a closed door in this 7-month period, in other words, the things that we can't do, we haven't been able to do, actually what we think is a closed door is actually an open window. And it's time to start seeing it that way, even though it won't feel that way. Okay, now we can have overwhelming emotions, negative emotions, but we need to realize and remind ourselves that an emotion that I feel doesn't describe what is real. We can often give a meaning to a negative emotion, but that doesn't mean that that's what this circumstance means. You get to choose the meaning of what you're going through right now. We may not get to choose all that happens to us, but we get to choose what it means to us that we're going through. And so here we are, January the 4th, and it's only just occurred to me, we're actually, is it 4 months? Have I got that correct? 4 months from today till May the 4th. So the whole 7-month period from the day that I had that real overwhelming sense that this window of opportunity had opened and that it would close on May the 4th. Don't know what's going to happen on May the 4th. This is not a prediction of the world's end or anything like that. Don't take it the wrong way. But that actually we have a window of opportunity, and here we are locked down again, but we have 4 months left. Now, I had this psalm that I was reading this morning. Psalm is a book the book of Psalms is in the Old Testament in the Bible, and they are songs that were written. And the psalm that grabbed my attention this morning was Psalm 90, verse 12, which says, "Teach us to number our days that we may gain a heart of wisdom." And what really challenged me, and I want to speak hope and life to all of us right now, is that let us number these days. In other words, what I feel that the psalmist, the person who wrote that psalm, was trying to communicate to us is that we need to see the true value of each day, that we may gain wisdom through the choices that we make. You see, wisdom is what we gain when we make choices based upon what we know and what we understand. We don't gain wisdom from our intentions. In other words, I intended to try out that new business idea, or I intended to write that book, or I intended to to speak to that person. Nothing happens as a result of intention. It only happens as a result of action. And, we can have lots of knowledge and even lots of understanding, but if it doesn't make its way to action, then it doesn't become wisdom. And very often we put off acting on what we know and acting on what we understand because we think, well, there's always tomorrow. And we put off and we push and kick the can down the road because we always think, well, there'll be another opportunity. But this psalmist is reminding us that, life isn't forever. And this isn't, I'm here to try and encourage us, not to depress us. But what I'm trying to create is, I guess, a sense of positive urgency. Today is the day to make that choice and decision to do what you know deep down you need to do. To make that choice, to make that change. In this period of limitation, there's an opportunity to create. In other words, start to create the future that you are believing for your life, your family, your community, society, your church, business, whatever it is. We need to number our days. And that's what this window is. It's almost saying, hey, I've got 4 months left of this 7-month period. I've got to maximize each day to make good decisions, good choices that's going to create wisdom. I'm going to gain a heart of wisdom by really stop putting off what I should be doing. And if it's saying sorry to somebody, if it's acting on a dream or making a different choice about a habit, whatever it might be for you, let's gain wisdom by acting on that intention. Okay. And we will do that when we start to truly understand that time is our most valuable asset. And we have this window of opportunity. And so I want to encourage you. I'm here to cheer you on. I'm here to say, hey, do you know what? There's lots of things we can't control right now, but we can control our choices. And this is a window of opportunity. Put a smile on your face. I know there's a lot of things that are negative that are going on. I'm not saying bury our heads. I'm not saying, stop thinking about those who right now are suffering. We must be there for them. We must be reaching out. We must be contributing and serving. But let us do so with a smile and a sense of joyful anticipation that this is a window of opportunity that we will be thankful for in the future, but only if we gain a heart of wisdom. Okay, only if we gain a heart of wisdom. And so I want to encourage you, make that choice, make that decision. If there's anything I can do along the way to cheer you on, I'm going to put out some more messages to encourage us. But let's go for it. Let's value this time. Let's value this opportunity. You take care.